Hello everyone and welcome to my channel where we have real talk and encouragement to support you on your health journey. In my last video, we briefly went through 4 strategies to help you stay committed to your pre-New Year's resolutions, or what you may know as the great lock-in time, where everybody is committing to get ready for their resolutions by starting them now, to start the new year a little more ahead than if they were to wait till January to start, but to actually go into the new year feeling good and like you have some momentum behind you in your resolutions for the new year. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the weight loss goals specifically, being that that is one of the biggest goals for most people. And I want to go through 4 mental strategies and things you can do to help yourself mentally overcome this battle of weight loss, because more than it is about what you eat and how you exercise, it's actually a mental game. It's very much so a mental game. So let's talk about that a little bit today. These have really helped me in my life. I wish someone would have taken the time to talk to me like this years ago when I was struggling. So I just want to take that time to talk to you, and hopefully it resonates with you and helps you. So the first thing I need you to understand is, for those of you that think that maybe you're addicted to food, for a lot of you, you actually think you're addicted to food, or you're addicted to that wine habit at the end of the night, or beer, or whatever it is. Those extra calories every night that are not good for you, those calories you're having every night or every afternoon, whenever it is, that you're using that to process your day, you're using that to process your emotions, you're using that as a time fill, you're using that as a way of dealing emotionally with stress. The problem is you're not dealing emotionally with it, you're escaping it, but you don't know how else to deal with it. That can be overcome. Any addiction can be overcome. What you need to know is you are not an addict. There's a difference between having an addiction and being an addict. So I had an issue with eating at night for some time and having a glass or 2 of wine at night. And I got to the point where I thought I needed that food every evening to emotionally digest my day, to cope, and that wine to relax and unwind. And it was like my way of like letting go of the day and processing. And I didn't know how else to do it without that plate of nachos and glass or 2 of wine, for example, whatever it was. It was just what my brain, it was all my brain knew to do. I didn't know how else to cope. And I actually thought, okay, like I literally can't process the day and go through my evening and go to bed without having this every evening. And one day the Lord reminded me, you are not an addict. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. He just spoke it right into my heart one day when I was in the kitchen out of nowhere. And he's told me that before. I've never connected the dots to do with food and wine. But I've known my whole life that I was never going to be, like ever since I was a kid, I knew I was never going to have a drug problem or be an alcoholic, or I knew that I knew from what I was taught when I was a kid that I was not an addict. So there's never been any fear, there's never been any ability for anything to grip me like that, because I knew that so well in my soul. And as soon as I realized that I was having that belief about food, that I was an addict to this food, as soon as God connected those dots for me that one night, it gave me a freedom that I've never experienced before. And that was maybe a year and a half ago now, and I've never struggled with eating or wine at night since. I mean, I still do have nights where I have wine and have snacks at night that I shouldn't, but it's not I feel like I need this anymore. So I just want to encourage you, you were fearfully and wonderfully made in your mother's womb. I want to remind you of that. God made you with such care and such precision. He designed every beautiful and perfect aspect of you. Who you are not your issues. And your issues, you were made to be able to overcome. So please separate you believing that you're an addict and believing that you have an addiction. Addictions can be overcome. You can overcome that addiction. All right, so let's go into the next part here. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So how do we change our mind? How do we change what we believe? How do we overcome something? Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay, what does that mean? So the Bible is referring to meditating on the truth. When that truth goes from your brain into your heart, then it actually takes root and grows. And that's when you can actually start living that out. That's when you truly believe it. So I just want to encourage you, focus on the truth. How do we do this, you ask? Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write yourself a love letter. Every morning when you wake up, I want you to read this to yourself, and this is how you're going to renew your mind and transform your mind. I want you to write yourself a letter of truth, not of the lies you believe about yourself, but of who you truly are, of who God created you to be, who you know in your heart you are. When you dream, when you think, what is my potential? What are my dreams about who I want to be? Deep down, who do I feel is the best version of me? Deep down, what do I feel about myself that is good, that I'm having a hard time acting like I believe, or truly embracing that as being truly me? So I want you to write this letter. I don't know what it looks like for you. It could be, dear, you can put your name. You are beautiful inside and out. You are smart. You are capable. You are strong. You are enough. You can do anything you put your mind to. And just encourage yourself with whatever it is you want. Go and make this next year count. What is it that you want? What is it that you are dreaming to give yourself out of these next few months or this next year? Write that in there and really just remind yourself how special you are, and what are the things you wish someone would tell you. Tell them to yourself. I promise you, reminding yourself of these things and reading this to yourself and taking the time every morning to let it sink in, or every night if that's better for you, just read this letter every day, and please take this some time to write it for yourself. You do deserve that. So next little truth I want you to understand is, and this is a hard one for some people, tomorrow never comes. I battled with that one for so many years until finally I got the revelation of how true that was. Tomorrow never comes. Oh boy, what to say about that? Well, I'm not going to convince you about the truth of that statement, but what I can tell you that there is a lot of truth in that statement. So I just want to emphasize to you, the now matters more than you realize. And the amount of days that you will put off whatever it is you want to procrastinate by saying, oh, I'll start tomorrow, will accumulate so many years of your life. I have to beg you, please, don't live your life saying, I will start tomorrow. As soon as you catch yourself doing that, just say, no, I'm going to start now. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, okay, so I'm not eating very good today. We have to go out for dinner or whatever the case is. So I'll start my diet again tomorrow. Don't do that. Say, okay, today's not going to be great, but I'm still going to try my best today. I promise you, if you stay in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to do better tomorrow, but I'm still going to try today, instead of, oh, I'll just start tomorrow, I promise you, you're going to achieve your results, whatever your goal is, so much faster, so much faster. I wish so much that I could have the years back that I lost saying that, and that I could erase the pounds that all of the days I said that gave me, thereby making my goals so much harder. Which brings me to my next point. Instant gratification never pays off as good as making yourself wait for that gratification and taking the discomfort now. There is no comparison. If you, and this is really important for you to understand, because we are creatures that are tempted to take the pleasure now, deal with the pain later. And I just want you to take a moment to understand and remind yourself and truly absorb this truth in. It is going to hurt so much less if you take the discomfort now and the gratification later instead of the other way around. I promise you. For example, if I say, well, I'd rather eat this now and do the diet tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going into tomorrow half a pound heavier because I just ate 1,800 calories that I shouldn't have eaten. And now I just made my goal that much harder. But if instead, for example, I say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym tonight and delay my pleasure till tomorrow. I'm going to be so happy that I went. That pleasure is going to be so much more magnified because you're proud of yourself for pushing yourself to do something. And you haven't just put it off, making it so much harder when you do it, because now you've been longer that you haven't had that exercise. And now exercise is harder for your body. You're more behind in your routine, etc., etc. Do you kind of get what I'm trying to say? I hope so. I hope this isn't too long-winded. I'm sorry if it is. Okay, we'll get to our next point. So, thirdly, I want you to credit yourself more than you criticize yourself. This is so important. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. This is called positive reinforcement and self-compassion, and it has such a greater impact mentally on your ability to succeed than being hard on yourself and criticizing yourself. This is going to build your motivation. This is going to give you encouragement. This is going to help you stay committed and stay focused. It encourages growth more effectively. And this is going to create a more resilient mindset. For example, when I think about how far I've come weight-wise, I feel really good. I'm really happy. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I'm not there anymore. That is so much more than I could be now. I'm just so grateful that I've come as far as I have. Or if I go the other direction, I think how much further I want to go with my goals, then I get a really yucky, bad feeling, and I start feeling upset with myself for not being there yet. And that discourages me, right? So you guys can relate. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So whenever you're tempted to look at the scale and be like, oh, I have so far to go. I feel like I'm never going to get there. This is so hard. I want you to look at how far you've come. Maybe you've lost a pound. Maybe you've lost 2 pounds. Maybe you've lost more. Every single pound is such an accomplishment, and I want you to just praise the heck out of yourself for every pound you lose, and I want you to focus on that and say, I'm not there anymore, and I'm not going to go back there again. Let's go, let's do another one. Let's do this, okay? All right. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about the power of commitment. Okay, that is when you really say, I'm going to do this. I am committing to this no matter what. And you put those barriers, those protections in place to help you, whether it's having an accountability partner, someone you can do this journey with, or like I mentioned in the last video, just having that app where you're holding yourself accountable to counting your calories every day. Even just committing to reading that letter to yourself every day and having in there, these are my goals today, and encouraging yourself in what you're going to do today and what you're going to accomplish today and where you're going, and chasing your dreams and chasing your goals. The power of commitment and consistency is so, so big. Again, I wish someone would have told me years ago how important consistency is. It is the most important thing. So many times you'll be tempted to think it doesn't matter if I go to the gym tonight, or it doesn't matter if I just eat bad today, or that little workout today isn't going to do that much good, or these few calories that I cut today isn't going to do that much good. Oh my gosh. But if you can do that consistently, like, it adds up so fast. And before you know it, it's going to be a year from now. And every little good decision you did, every day that you made those good decisions, add up. As long as you are trying your darndest every day and not having days where you're like, okay, today I care, today I don't care at all, and I'm going to undo everything I did yesterday. Today I care, today I'm going to undo everything I don't care again. Don't do that. That's what I mean about, oh, I'm going to just put this off till tomorrow. Don't do that. Every day, say today I'm going to try your best, and I promise you, that is going to give you better results. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. So yeah, in the last video, like I said, I mentioned setting your goal, writing it down, scheduling it in, that is making time for it in your day. Where are you going to do this? How are you going to do this? Make a plan, and having that accountability, an app, a partner, whatever it is for you. So find your ways to make this commitment work for you, to help you with a plan to stay committed, and every day remind yourself, I'm committed to this. Okay? Commitments, what's going to keep you focused, what's going to build your resistance, what's going to get you to push through when you want to give up. I get behind in my workout routine all the time. I miss days more often than I'd like to admit, but it's that commitment that has me going back week after week, whether I'm behind or not, and being like, hey, let's pick up where we left off. Let's keep going. And every day I just try my best. And same with my diet. Even if I fall off my diet every single weekend and I feel like crap about myself on Monday or Tuesday, by the time I get back on track, it's okay. It is what it is. We're going to get back. We're going to do our best. We're going to get back on track here. And it's never intentional that we fall off track. Things just happen. So just try your best every day and just continue pushing forward. You're going to make momentum. You're going to make progress if you just keep trying. Exercise that discipline muscle. That commitment is going to give you that purpose that you need every day to keep trying, and that direction. Tony Robbins recently reminded me, you get clarity in the commitment. So even if you're confused about how to do something, you don't really know how to do it, that clarity is going to come with your commitment, because you're going to figure it out as you go. And lastly, I just want to remind you guys, lots of people say, I just don't have the discipline. I can't discipline myself. I don't know how to be disciplined. Discipline is just like a muscle. The more you work it out, the bigger it gets. Have you heard that before? Just start trying to strengthen that discipline muscle. And the more you try to strengthen it, the more you work on it, the stronger it's going to get. Almost every time when I get back on track with my diet, the first couple days are hard until I get that momentum back again, and that discipline muscle is like, oh, okay, we're really doing this again, and it gets strong again. Sometimes it takes a few days every time I get back on track until I actually feel like I'm in control of what I'm eating every day again. And that's just that discipline muscle. Memory. that muscle memory coming back. And it's the same like that with anything. You're going to build discipline in it the more you try. So just keep working on it. It'll come, it'll get stronger. You will get stronger. Anything you put your mind to, you stick with it, you will get stronger. And I'm going to be here along the way to continue talking to you about this and coaching you along. And I really look forward to hearing from you guys and hearing how you're doing with your pre-New Year's resolution goals and into the new year, how you do next year. So for now, signing out. I will talk to you guys in the next video, and I wish you guys a blessed week ahead, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.